Hey friends, in today's video I'm going to show you teach your child to read in 100 easy lessons. Okay, so we're going to open this up and take a look. We've got the introduction here and then a parent's guide right in the front. This is really good information for you to read, and then a pronunciation guide. Then it shows how you sound out the words and say the words slowly. No skipping it aloud. Additional activities and the schedule. So it says typically lessons do not take more than 15 minutes, and you may be able to present most lessons in 12 minutes. But make a schedule that allows 20 minutes for each lesson, just in case. Then we've got the sound writing chart. All right, and then we introduce the program. So what is in red is what you say to your child. So you basically tell them you're going to teach them how to read, and they're going to work really hard, and you know they can do it and that sort of thing. And then we get right into the lessons. So with this, it is totally scripted. What is in red is what you say. And the way they teach reading is they have the kids learn how to blend right away. So first we just start with the sound of and s, but then they already start working on blending, not blending the sounds to make words yet, but they start blending two-syllable words, or compound words, and then so like motor boat and ice cream, and then they get into two-syllable words like sister, and then they also are going to get into words that they will be reading like me, okay, and if. And then, so that's called the say it fast section. So that is working on that phonemic awareness, and it's working on that oral blending. It is really, really important. And I honestly have never seen another program with that kind of component. So we've got the sounds introduction, the say it fast, then we're going to say the sounds. So this is kind of working on just what we were working on with the say it fast, but the student is going to do that. Then we're going to do a sounds review. So then you're going to see if the student remembers the and the s. Then we're going to say it fast again, sounds writing, and that's where they're actually going to write the sounds. A lot of people skip this. I do not recommend skipping it because there is, scientific proof that there is connections to your brain. When you write something, you remember it. So I personally do not recommend skipping that at all. Okay, so then we get into lesson 2. So sounds review, they're going to review and s. Then we're going to do the say it fast, say the sound, so just like lesson 1. Then we're going to do sounds review again. And then say the sounds, sounds writing, and then lesson 3. So you see the lessons are very, very short, okay? And then we are on lesson 3, and look at this. They're going to read the first word, am. Look at that. So now that we've got the and the sound, we're adding the vowel a, and now they're going to read am. So then we have the sounds, and so we're going to do sa and ma. And again, we're always having our sounds review and our say the sounds and say it fast and all of that. Now here is something that's different than other programs. It does introduce the long E sound before the short E sound. So that might bother some people, but it does do that. Okay, and you'll see we've got im and is. We have that long E sound, but then they're going to be reading me down here. Okay, and they're going to be blending words like eat and we. Oh, and they also, I forgot to mention, they also do rhyming. And so this really, really works on phonemic awareness. And when kids can orally identify sounds and they can orally blend sounds, it really helps with their reading. Okay, so then we're at lesson 7, and now we're introducing T. Okay, so we're going to be reading eat, and the way it goes is like this: eat. meet, like that. Now, this is not spelled correctly as far as M-E-E-T. We are working on blending sounds here. Of course, we got at, and eat. So there is a very specific approach to this, and that's why reading all of that important front, information is really important. But this really does work to teach kids to blend. And as you can see, they're starting to read right away, which for a lot of kids, that's very, day 3, they read their first word. That's extremely encouraging. Here we are on lesson 8, where they're going to read mat and seat and am and sat on lesson 9. So you just sit on the couch or at the table with your child and you just work through this right with them. Okay. Now you see we're going to read E, C, and me. And then we see here where we now have correctly spelled words. Okay, so remember before, back a couple lessons ago, we read eat, but now we have the A that is silent here. They do put it in, but we don't say it because it's really tiny. So they would just say eat, like that. Okay. So now, see here, meet and read, same deal there. So let's jump into about halfway through. Let's see. What lesson is this? Okay, well, we're not quite halfway through, but let's look at it anyway. So we've got lesson 38, sounds. Okay, so now they're going to be focusing on all these sounds. And notice, look at this, how the S and the H are touching. Okay, that's intentional because we want them to say the sh sound as one sound, not as right? We want them to say sh. So every way that they do this is intentional for a reason. Okay, so as we get later in the book, we have picture comprehension. So let's just go through now lesson 38 so we can see kind of all the different components. So we've got the sounds, we've got word reading, okay? Then we've got more word reading, more sounds. We've got, okay, first reading. So now they're going to read the story. So you're going to read the story. Notice the silent letters are tiny, right? The K is also tiny because it's not said there. Then we're going to do a second reading. Then they're going to do word finding, and then child reads the fast way. Your turn to read the first period of this story the fast way. Find the period, then read each word the fast way. So now they've already read it twice so far. So instead of going a, it, o, k, at, k, an, right? They've already read it twice, so now instead of sounding it out, they're going to be reading a little cat can sit on. And then picture comprehension. What will you see in the picture? Look at the picture and get ready to answer some questions. What is the man doing? What is the cat looking at? Would you like that cat to lick you? Okay. So you see, by 39 lessons in, look at the type of stories they're reading. I mean, this is pretty great, right? Okay, so then we'll go even farther. So here we are, lesson 84. We've got capital letters, word reading. We're reading the fast way. So look at the story that they're reading by lesson 84. So we've got picture comprehension. Okay, let's look at lesson 94. Look at the story on lesson 94. First reading, second reading, picture comprehension, writing letters. Okay, and let's look at lesson 100, the last lesson. So we've got word reading the fast way. And then look at the last story they will read. Got the first reading, the second reading, picture comprehension, and writing letters. And then it talks about what now, teach new sound combinations, introduce new reading material, gives you some suggested books to read that your child could be reading when they finish this program. So it gives you 20 different books there. Present the books in the order of their appearance on the list. Okay. And there we go. So that is what this is like. Teach your child to read in 100 easy lessons. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please let me know down below. Make sure to hit the thumbs up if this video was helpful to you. And make sure to hit that subscribe button if you love all things homeschool. And I'll see you in the next one.